Thanks, guys. All right. Welcome to Cast and Crank Podcast. Today we have the man, the myth, the legend, Jeremy from Black Dog Baits.
How you doing, man?
I've tried to hook up with Jeremy for, a while, right?
Yeah, a little while.
Yeah. We've talked for probably a good year. Off and on. Yeah.
Not quite a year, I would say, but then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And just everything, you know.
Everything went crazy.
Yeah.
And you live up north, and I wanted to do an actual in-person one, not a call-in, you know?
Well, and it's also kind of the thing, like, if you don't have a ton of baits to sell, do you really want to go out and promote and try and, like, sell what you don't have? You know, and on the other hand, I didn't want to do a phone-in interview.
Yeah.
Because I think those sound like crap.
No, I agree, 100%.
I mean, but here we are. We're doing it correctly. You're here up north.
Yeah. And,
yeah, I'm here at Toxic Baits. It's, like, unbelievable.
It's pretty sick, man. They have a cool shop, cool setup. So, man, there's so much to ask, so many questions. Let's talk about, we know how everyone got into fishing. Let's talk about when you fell in love with throwing big baits and stuff like that.
Probably about 2000 with the original Ospreys, which that was entirely developed by Jerry Rago. And it was such a phenomenon. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Flipping stick with 65-pound braid, line through bait, a bunch of nail weights, and just screwing with it, but I got bit, and I caught him. But I didn't catch a double digit yet. But then I was able to borrow a prototype Huddleston.
Dude.
And...
Keeping the mic a little closer, if you don't mind.
Sorry. You know, and then what ended up happening, like, man, you take this thing out there, and I didn't know how to get them to eat it. But it would show you every fish on the lake. Every laydown you threw it on, if there were giants in there, they'd come out and they'd have to have a gander at it.
Did you have a plan in the beginning, like where you kind of got the bait? Were you like, how do I fish this? Did you fish it kind of like the Osprey? Did you kind of like have to figure that out as well?
Well, yeah, it was a Huddleston Zero, and John Walton from Walton's Pond gave it to me. And I had to give it back. And he never got it back. So what I did is I put a bunch of nail weights in it, and then I got it to where it was like a rate of fall 3. But then I was swimming it too fast. But then when you learned how to just throw it out, like Butch Brown says, you know, I throw it out there and then I eat a sandwich. And then I start reeling it in. And I'm like, oh, dude, he's right. Like, and so, like, once you could figure that out, it was really amazing. Like, instead of seeing the fish, you were just feeling the damn thing hitting the back of their throat. You're just like, donk, and you're like, yup. Oh.
Did you have like a line and reel set up at the time, or did you not know what to throw because you're still learning?
So initially, I had a Shimano Chronarch SF, the gold one with the wiffle spool, and I had it spooled up with 65 braid on a G Loomis heavy spinnerbait rod. 7'2", but like, dude, that thing got it done, man. Like for the big blades and shit. But anyhow, it was the only thing that, like, it worked better than the flipping stick. And then so it's like March, I'm on my favorite lake, and my buddy's like, "There's some big fuckers over there, like in 5 feet of water." And on this big gravel thing, they're just total pre-spawners that are up there sunning. And he's all, "Yeah, I had him take a look at my lizard." He's all, "Try and throw that swim bait on him and see what happens." Dude, first cast, I get my first 10-pounder.
How long were you working for that one before that?
Huh?
How long were you working for like a 10-pounder like before that?
Well, my whole life.
You were still that. I mean, that was it.
That was my
quickly.
first. That was my first double digit. Was on that Huddleston, and I just slung it out there. And that's even before I even understood the bottom bounce or the slow crawl or anything like that. I just threw it out there, and I went a little extra slow because I knew she was there. And then just donk, and then lo and behold, there was a bigger one out there. And he's all yeah, because my buddy, he was anchored up, and he was watching everything, and he's like, dude, he's all, you got the small one, and I'm like, no fucking way. He's all, yeah, throw that shit back out there, dude. I throw it back out there. I lay into this fish, and I've got my drag locked on this, pull cue of a spinnerbait rod, 65 braid. And this fish straightened 2 prongs.
No way.
Of a single owner ST36 hook.
Oh my God.
I still have the hook. I kept the hook. It's in my trophy cabinet collection with my bait collection, which that's retarded.
Yeah.
But anyhow, yeah, that's kind of how it got started. But I was lucky enough to have one of those first Huddlestons in Northern California that, because Ken sent them to John. He sent him 4. And the only one he had left to spare was that 0. But that taught me a lot about that neutral buoyancy and the bottom bounce gimmick. And the less is more, Go slow and low. It's like throwing a brisket in a smoker, man. Low and slow.
So you learned that real quick then.
Yeah, I mean, that became very apparent because, after that first time, I learned, like, dude, you ain't going to catch them swimming the thing. They want to pin it to the ground, and it's perfect for the pre-spawn on the hard bottom areas that they start rolling up in. Before they're going to spawn, that's where they're at. They're at hard bottom areas. Bill Murphy spoke about it like brilliantly, and it's like, why do they do that? What's the point of it? But believe it or not, they look for those shell beds. They want those hard bottom areas that have that. How do I explain it? It's like there's a lot more minerals in that area, and they can literally absorb it, and that's why they eat the crawdads so hard in the pre-spawn too. It's all about egg production. It's about the minerals, and they got to get the minerals, and then they'll cleave to those minerals. But where do you think the crawdads are too? But then
beds, yeah.
And usually you'll find a bank like Orville, even Shasta. You look for the red clay with the holes in it. And if you have dropping water, that's even better. Because now guess who's coming out of the holes?
Yeah.
But usually very, very close, it'll be that hard bottom with a shell bed or something like that. It's an area with a lot of nutrients, and it really sustains life, and that's what they cling to. And so you start looking for those things. But then you can put everything together. But, man, it's crazy. Even if they're on a craw bite, dude, you can slow crawl the right bait through there, dude, and you'll blow their balls off.
Were you, at the time, you didn't have the electronics to, like, really dig into this, right? 2000, you weren't able to look down like you are now video game fish.
No, you put your rod tip in the water, and you see how deep it is.
Really? That's what you were doing then? How deep were you fishing when you were dragging the bait at the time?
Probably anywhere from 3 feet to 25.
So you kind of had to use that bait to fill out everything you were doing at the same time.
Yeah.
Were you keeping notes like, hey, okay, we're at this spot? Was it like more mental? Like,
it was
this
just
tree, that tree. I know that point's going to drop right there.
Just mental notes.
Yeah.
And then you just get a feel for it. You know what I mean? Like, you're just feeling around and you don't forget,
True. But you were on the water probably a lot doing that at the same time.
Well, heck yeah. And then, I'd go to the lake and go there for winter drawdown, I mean, this is like back in the day. Like I went and bought, like, I spent some money. Like, I went and got the Garmin handheld GPS. I'd take out a disposable camera, and I'd take pictures of all the stuff, like all the creek channel, where every log is. And then I would mark it on the handheld GPS.
That's a good idea. I mean,
well, no, that was before graphs had the GPS, really. Like, and so,
you turn
like,
the mic a little straight forward. You can move it around if you want. Like, if it feels more comfortable to, you got to put it in your face like a dick.
Yeah, yeah. I like big.
You don't know anything about that.
I like big things in my face. There's a voice drop for you.
But I mean, it's pretty interesting. I love hearing how people did it before all the electronics came, all the YouTube.
Well, you triangulate it, and then like one of your best depth finders would be like, dude, 3/4 1 ounce freaking football head jig with a hula grub, and then you just feel around. You're like, oh, stomp there. There's a rock there. Oh, it drops right there. But then you can sneak back and fish it with a different bait.
So you're using that as your finder bait would be the football head.
Because you're feeling around. You're just feeling around. Like, instead of a fish finder, like, you have to use your hands and all your senses, which I think, like, I love that. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a Garmin Panoptics right now. I'd like to have a few of them, like, dude, like, have you seen, like, Jacob Wheeler? He's got the Humminbird 360. He's got the Lowrance gimmick and the Panoptics all up in the front of the boat. And whenever he wants to use it, however he wants to use it, that's like professional fishing now. And it's just crazy where it's like, so it really, like, if you don't have this year's new stuff, you're toast.
Right.
And these guys are kicking each other's teeth in just because of their graph setup or their graph knowledge. And I like the graph knowledge thing, but at the same time, it kind of takes that organic feeling, intuitive type of aspect out of the game. And I don't like that.
Do you I guess it'd be
I like it, but I don't.
No,
if that makes sense.
Do you think electronics play into when you're rolling up on a fish or trying to get that big fish? Do you think that pain? You don't really think so?
No, because mine's not on.
You never have it on when you're...
No, half the time mine's broken anyway.
Yeah.
Out there punching on the Delta, and here comes a tungsten sinker at Mach 5, and it always hits your graph. But, like, I don't know. I've never been, like, reliant on those. They're good for certain things, but I'm not a video game fisherman. I like that more intuitive aspect, and that's kind of what I chase.
It's funny. I had Paul Bailey on yesterday, and he kind of said he would watch the guys getting the Panoptics now, and he'd be on the lake, and he'd watch these guys just looking at the graph the whole time, floating to the middle of the lake, following the school fish.
Yeah, but dude, you can sit at home. You can sit at home and stare at a fucking screen all day long as you want.
Yeah,
dude, I'm out there to experience and feel nature, like, and that's like, that's kind of what we get out of it. Like, I don't want to go out there to stare at a screen.
Yeah.
I want to look at a bobcat taking a shit on that bank over there. Like, I want to see something cool.
Bears, right?
Well, I haven't seen a bear, but man, I sure would like to see one.
Our buddy, I ran into one on my birthday 2 years ago at Piru, and I told Kelly, our buddy Kelly Popo, about it.
Oh yes,
and he's
yes,
like,
yes, yes.
Yep, I know that bear.
Well, it wasn't Mike Bennett talking about that story with you on your last podcast? They're talking. But that was at Paris, I think.
Dude, it scared. I was like, I shouldn't have been that close. I had my trolling motor down, and the fucker kind of like stood up and charged, and I was like, what would I have done? I would have been screwed. My big motor wouldn't have got me out there quick enough. He would have got me, dude.
Well, it's a bear.
Yeah.
Throw the net over his head and clap him over the head with the boat or that you might have, and you might stand a chance. Hopefully, you got some bear mace too.
No, but I mean, it's cool seeing the outdoors part, but it's the electronics are just so fucking good. The graphs, but like down
Well,
what we fish now, the relief maps for us in the ocean is a game changer, man.
Oh, I bet.
Some of the reefs and the rocks you
Yeah.
can see and
in the in the salt, I can see
Yeah.
where that's like very, very like that would make a big difference.
Oh yeah.
But for the most part, like you know the lake, and it's kind of the challenge, and you're almost like taking some of the mystery out, but it still is badass to see when you throw your bait on a fish if he's saying yay or nay. It's like, do they follow it down and look at it and then turn away, or do you watch them eat it? Like, so that's cool, but it's just not my deal, man. I'm not gonna sit here and stare at a screen all day.
So 2000, you're throwing the HUD a lot, going through that. You're also a tournament guy as well. You like
Well, it was
tournament fishing
2004 with the HUD.
with the HUD 2004. Were you just a swim bait fisherman at the time, or were you doing tournament stuff as well?
No, I was fishing tournament stuff like Future Pro, team tournaments on the Delta. But, gosh, it just, you feel so limited. And then what I would notice when I would go practice for a tournament, I'd always catch a big fish. And it just, because there were no time constraints and I could just do what I wanted to do. And so that's what I would go do. And then come tournament time, now your partner, I got to do this. We got to manage our time, and we're going to hit this spot and then that spot, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it took that intuitive feeling aspect out of it that just turned me off, because I had more fun pre-fishing than actually fishing the tournament. So, I always won the pre-fish. I remember we made the TOC one year. And this is when I had just prototyped out the Lunker Punker. So I go to Folsom. I go to New York Creek. Yeah, I just put it out there, everybody. Yeah. Does anybody know that New York Creek has gigantic fish in it? Yeah, they live in there. They're always there. Yeah. Yeah, I just bit the big secret I just let out for everybody on Folsom. So I go into New York Creek, man. I've seen some big ones in there before. I've caught a few good, decent fish, like 5-6 pound fish out of there or whatever, here and there. And so there's this one particular spot. I just fire the punker out there. I catch an 11 fucking pounder in practice on the punker. Mm-hmm. The day before I'm supposed to fish for a boat.
It's crazy.
I should have been fishing it with no hooks, but would that fish have bit the next day? Who knows?
Yeah.
But that was just something crazy, dude. And I was throwing it back then. It was a kind of a lighter bait than it is now. And I was throwing it on a St. Croix fiberglass 7-foot heavy crankbait rod with 20-pound mono.
Really? So this was still prototype. You were still in the works with it.
No, it's only the second one I ever made.
Wow.
And I look at my buddy, 11 fucking pounder. This thing was fucking giant. And this is in October on Folsom.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, man, well, we need to throw the shit out of this. And of course, we threw it the rest of the day. We didn't catch another single fish. I think the day before I got a 4-pounder on it. I was stoked on that. But
of course, you just built a bait. Like, I'd be fucking pumped if.
That's what's crazy is when you can make something with your hand. Like, you have an idea and you can make something and bring it into reality with your own hands, and then take it out, and the fish react to it like that. That's what just blows you away. I remember the first punker I made. We took it out.
You're the best. Y'all don't even got to ask the fucking questions. You just take me right down the fucking alley.
I'm dancing with. I'm
you are, man.
Yeah.
I'm like ready to ask you to load in something. You know what I'm going to go to now.
I'm dancing with you, buddy. So, anyhow, you make something like that. The first time we took the very first punker out, man, I showed my. I said, man, I called my buddy. I'm like, you got to see this, man. You got to come over and let's go hit the lake. And he, okay. So we get out there late, like 3 or 4 o'clock. So we catch a couple of like 3-4 pound largemouth, and then he catches a fucking 8-pound rainbow trout on the fucking thing. Dude. And then a 9.5 pound catfish. He saw everything in the lake eats this fucking thing. Dude. And I said, well, I had no idea. Like, I didn't know. Like, and I was going, holy shit, they like this fucking thing, man. But it was crazy because I was making like cigar-shaped, like giant spooks for years. They look like fucking huge, spotted dildos, basically. Like, they literally look like dicks. Like, and so I had always been working on those, and I'd catch a fish here and there, but it wasn't like anything rad. And so, I kept thinking about it, and so I flattened the sides of it, carved some gill plates and shit, go out on my birthday. And got this kid that lives around the corner, little skater punk. and he would come over and help sand on lures and shit, and then he'd go fishing with me. Anyhow, so we're out there. I don't have the net on the deck. I throw on this spot, and this is the biggest fish I've ever seen on top water in my life. I'm like, that's every bit of a 14 fucking pounder. That is, and she shook me off at the side of the boat. I got to see her. She just had one belly hook in her lower jaw, and she shook me before I could grab her, and I didn't have the net out. My bad, right? Fuck. Dude, I go out the next day with my dad. I'm telling him, like, that bitch was over there. So I take him over, and I catch a 7.5 on a Huddleston off this, like, rock point. And then I show him, like, the wolf pack that are following the punker, and or it's not really the punker at that point. It's still the cigar flat side.
This is still gimmick. Not the full punker. It's still version that you're getting into. Okay.
Yes. And so then we go around the corner.
Keep the mic right in the front. Sorry.
Go around the corner, and by these toolies, I throw a frog out there. Another one chases it to the boat, and then that was the end of the day. That was like all the action we got. I was fucking mad as shit. So I've got to finish this story because this is redemption right here. So I go out the third day in a row, and this one guy, he's like, oh, look, I caught a 7.5 pounder on a drop shot. And I said, oh, you should be proud of yourself. And I said, good for you. Congratulations. That's a great fish, because it was freaking August. Or no, it was July. And anyhow, so I go over there with this other lure that I've made. And I've got a patent on. I haven't released this one yet.
Oh, really?
We're going to work on this one.
Okay.
It will be here. And this one, dude, it's got a thing. Anyhow, I throw it on that one fish that I lost on my birthday. I stick it and got it. And it was spawned out the longest, flattest fish with the biggest head I've ever seen.
How much did it weigh? 9?
No. It was like 11. Oh, man, 11, 12.
That's still a great fish. It wasn't the 14, though, you wanted, right?
Had the head of the 14. Dude, in February, she was 14.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
When she was loaded up, she was just spawned out, and she was just still basically guarding her bed.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And then I went over where that frogfish was, same lure, get it, 8.5.
This is the one you haven't released yet, the lure.
Uh-huh.
How long ago was this?
I made that bait before I made the punker.
Oh my God. So you got stuff you sitting on just having.
I have 3 notepads full of designs of shit that I've never even made.
What is, how close is that one to being made, though, that you're talking about?
It wouldn't take much.
Then why not release it?
Because I like it.
The fisherman in you goes, I want to use it.
There's only one other person on the planet that has one. Or no, there's 2 or 3.
Okay.
2 or 3. Josh St. John, I think he's got one.
Does he?
He made me a mold of the damn thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh likes it. Josh likes it a lot, but we're just not talking about that thing.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, it's just a very specific bait. It's got to be made a specific way too. It's sense, but man, and here the other thing, the crazy thing is, the largemouth lose their mind for it. The stripers run from it. They hate it.
Really?
They hate it that bad. If you have hot stripers in the area and you throw this bait on them,
it's gone.
They just swim to the other side of the lake. They're like, no, we don't want anything to do with this.
Damn.
And so, but with the largemouth, they don't do that. They stand their ground and they square up. And so it's not even a feeding. It's just a fuck you lure. It just, you know.
Gets them pissed off.
Dude, well, I'm here. You're here. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What's up, dude? You're just walking in, kicking the coffee table, and what are you going to do?
Did you have, as your first lure you attempted to make was at the punker, like where you went full on with?
No.
What was the first lure you released with Black Dog? How about that?
It was actually the shell cracker.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was a wooden lipless bluegill bait. And
what year was that?
Late 2005.
Okay.
Is when we started doing that.
Ago,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Shit. How many people were making a bluegill like that then?
Nobody.
No one.
No, that was the whole deal.
That was the
I wanted to make a big bluegill bait. I mean, there was the mat lures, I think, at the time. And those were cool, but that was a boot tail, that was like a bed fishing bait, basically. Like, you know, I never did very well just trying to swim it around or anything, but man, on the bed, when you needed to trick them, dude, that was the deal, man. Like, that one got them, man.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do something different, more of a reaction bait. So, like, the first prototypes I made, they had, like, bills, and they were floaters, and then this is before the whole glide bait craze, man. This is 2005. And I looked at the Gan Craft, and I was thinking about the triple trout, too. And I was like, well, maybe we don't have to have a lip on this damn thing. And so I did a slow sink, and I started swimming it. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, well, that swims pretty good without a bill. And especially you can do a slow sink. And then we figured out we could do a floater as long as it floated a certain way. And then the way I had it, the head shaped, as long as the water would catch and vortex on it, that sucker would swim. So, I mean, then you could twitch it and stuff like that.
Beer winch.
Service. But anyhow, you know, I already had the punker up my sleeve, but we just decided
The shell cracker was the first.
Yeah, we wanted to do a bluegill bait, and this is with my former partner. He's a good guy, man. You know, I miss him, and anyhow, you know, he was ecstatic about the bluegill too. And then so I carved this blank out, man. And then I end up sending it to a blue ribbon fish carver, and he carves it all out real.
What's that?
Huh?
What is a blue ribbon fish carver?
He professionally carves fish.
For a living.
Yeah, like he does like competitions, and he wins.
What a fucking asshole. I don't want a White Claw. I want a fucking...
A White Claw.
I used to drink White Claws, guys.
Well, White Claws should only be served with tampons.
The level of disrespect is just unbelievable.
Fucking God.
Whatever, I'll drink it.
Well, I'll bring you some Tampax. Go with your White Claw.
So you you found a guy that carves professionally the
Yeah.
fish and had him carve it out.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
And then
So hold on. So did you have to reweigh the whole thing after you got it carved?
No.
That's a weird one to me because I feel like wouldn't it sit differently when you?
Well,
had
you're
it?
thinking about the process differently. Right? So, like, the weight's kind of relative to a bait. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can add material, you can take material, and you'll figure out how to tweak your weight. But we're not talking about working with resin here. This is wood, man. So, like, you got to fiddle fuck with, every single lure, dude.
The first shell cracker was all wood.
Uh-huh.
And every one of them was wood you made.
No.
You only had that one.
I only had that one. And then I made a mold.
Resin, okay.
And then I did resin blanks and stuff like that, and just figuring out everything to do wrong.
So this is the cool part. This is the part I want to know about because you didn't really have YouTube then. Right? That was 2005. It wasn't really relevant.
There was no Facebook.
What did you
YouTube
do
was
for
good
research?
for maybe a Kimbo Slice fight.
How were you figuring this out at the time? You didn't have, I mean, was there books like on how to make resin fucking multi-jointed baits? Not really, right?
No, dude, I did read a lot of books, but it was all like traditional tackle making. There was like forums like on Tackle Underground.
Yes.
That's where I first saw like Nate's baits, where his username was Eli98.
How about Vodka Man?
Vodka Man, yeah, absolutely. Vodka Man knows
shit on that guy.
No, that guy knows more than everybody. He's super
good.
technical, but I don't see any execution. I don't see any like unique, like badass lure.
He did. I ripped off kind of something while I make A-rigs. He showed the Dubois, the bucktail maker. So they made a little thing. It's fucking really cool. No, it's Buck Brothers. The bucktail maker, I think.
Okay.
And he did his own fucking thing on it, like where he changed it up, and it was really nice for making it because
the guy's got some crazy ideas. And then there's this other guy. I can't remember his name, but like his avatar was that kid with the butter knife in the light socket. And it's like black and white.
I don't remember.
Gosh, I'm drawing a blank on.
And he was
who
another
that guy.
good bait maker.
Yeah,
made all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but he'd like include all the pictures and do like full tutorials on there. And then just like, gosh, I don't know how many hours I spent reading on that forum about debates on epoxy. Or clear coat,
right.
Or just paint.
And that was a whole nother thing for you at the time because you're just looking for the resin. Then you got to think about paint. Then you got to think about clear. Then you got to think about, the hook weight. And then you got to think about.
When I started, just everything that I would use came from Walmart, freaking the craft stores. And then
there was no Hobby Lobby then.
No, not out here. Back east there was.
Yeah, exactly.
But but there were local hobby stores, and then I would make it a point, man. Like, I'd just drive around and hit a fly shop, and then I'd hit a hobby store, and then everything else came from Home Depot or just Walmart,
Did you have a wood you carved? Did you actually swim that master wood, the wooden one?
Of the cracker?
Yeah.
That particular one? No.
No, you never swam it. You made the mold and then tried it. So, like, you never water test, like, watch it swim once you kind of...
No.
Because you just wanted the mold of the fish more than anything.
Yeah. And, like, once I made some resin copies, that's where I started messing with the weights.
Do you still have that wood shell cracker?
Yeah.
You do? Did you frame it?
No.
You should. That'd be cool, man.
Dude, I sent the guy a version of the punker, and he just completely... Dude, he carved it like a fish.
Really?
He didn't carve it with my shape. And I'm like, well, this is like not entirely not what we wanted. Like, it's horrible.
With the punker, you wanted like the live look of the fish on the punker.
No, I wanted the curve. Like, the punker is very specific, dude.
Let's keep going on the shell cracker. I'm going to pull you off all kinds of shit.
Okay.
Let's keep going on the shell cracker before we get to the punker. So you got the resin molds going.
Yeah.
After how long did it take you to swim test that and figure out, oh, this is the way it's gotta go?
About 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Then after that, did you have to take in part of like the paint, stuff like that?
No, not really,
No.
because what we ended up doing is we hired a broker from China. We're like, we want to make wood lures, right? So I took a loan out on my house. You know, my
This
partner.
is for the shell cracker. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we hired this broker, and we wasted a lot of money. and just for the boxes, I had to buy 10,000 boxes just to start.
Dude.
10,000 fucking boxes. And me and my buddy, we just, hopefully we'll sell that many. And it was like 75 cents a box.
Fuck, dude.
And they only should have been like 50, but the broker, he's always going to get about 33%.
Yes.
So, yeah. So you end up dropping like $7,500 just on packaging alone to start, and then.
Did you go through this whole procedure? How did you sell all of them already? That's good. How long did it take you? 15 years.
No, I mean, because I haven't had any of those in a while. But and then we ended up reordering after that even. But we always had that stock of boxes at least, so you didn't have to keep buying them every time. But so anyhow, yeah, I mean, this guy found us a factory, and dude, it worked. It worked.
So they were all wood.
Yeah. And we had the eyeballs custom made out of glass.
Fuck, dude.
Dude, yeah. And then there was a huge minimum order quantity on just getting the glass eyes made, man.
So what do you think? Okay, so you made the first run of baits. How many did you make? 1,000?
I think the first run was either 1,000 or 1,500.
How long did that take you to sell?
About 3 months.
That's great. Fuck, that's great. Who made that bait very popular to where it went off like fire?
Basically, like, you're wearing a swimbait underground hat. Basically, it's that crowd. It was grassroots, dude, and like. It wasn't like some pro picked it up and said, "Oh yeah, you need to buy this Rapala VMC Pradco Berkeley bullshit."
This fucking guy with the voices, I love
it. But yeah, I mean, it's not this.
But I mean, we're baits. So back then, like you said, no one was really making that shell cracker.
No.
No one was making a bluegill bait like
dude,
that.
Those Southern California guys, dude, they fucking lit up on that thing. And Delta guys, like, they got on it pretty good, but they were still a little biased. Like, and it was like a big bait. Like, oh my gosh, that's a 5-inch lure, and it's $60.
And they weren't throwing glides then. Everyone wasn't throwing the glide then.
There was no glide.
Yeah.
Unless you were buying can craft from Japan.
Yeah.
But can craft was like the first OG glide bait, and they got the idea from Jerry Rago, dude. They were breaking bills off his baits back in the day, and then they would tune them to fucking make them glide. That's why Rago's got the glide patent.
That's crazy. We were supposed to have Rago on, but I think the COVID kind of fucked that up. He was going to come down to SoCal, but...
Dude, COVID didn't fuck that up. He's probably hunting bobcats. Dude, I know what he's up to. And Jerry Rago, shout out to you. I want my tool, big boy. That sucker owes me. He has teased me with that lure for so long. I finally get one, and it's fucked up. So I send it back to him to get it restored. And that son of a bitch has had it for over a year now. I want my tool, Jerry.
So you build the shell cracker, goes off. Stoked. Did you pay for what you had to do with that 1,500 baits?
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, we ramped it up. And let's put the order in for the punker.
So the punker was already in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have... So in the beginning, you were hand carving each punker.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to produce one punker?
Oh, gosh. Several hours. So here's what I would do. I was a UPS driver at the time. And every day I'd take a Ziploc bag, a ballpoint pen, several types of sandpaper, and I would have a blank that was through wired. And I would shape the blank on my lunch break in the damn truck. I did about 75, maybe 80 of them.
What
like
were
that.
you using? So you would go make the cut the wood in half, through wire it, glue it back together, carve it all up. Okay.
And so I would do one a day. That was the whole thing. Then I'd get home, and I'd make up another blank. So this one's over here, and it's got to get sealed, and I got to put the weights in it and stuff. So it was just like, the goal was just like one a day. And I'd spend my lunch break just sitting.
You weren't doing shell cracker at the time.
No.
This was just you making them.
Yeah.
Were you doing this at the time for dudes that just wanted one? Or did you just make
me
them?
and my homies, dude?
You're just building for
fuck
homies
you. Like,
during
dude, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah. You're just building it for buddies.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because we're going to get bit, and you're not.
Another drop for the podcast, guys.
That is a pretty good one.
That was a really good one. We're going to get bit, and you're not.
That's just how it was, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I knew I had something, and yeah, it's mine, not yours. Don't worry about it.
So when you decided to take it into production, you took it to China, same way you did the shell cracker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Same wood factory.
See, this is the thing is, I've heard, I love the punker. I caught a good fish on it. I caught a good striper. I'm stoked. You gotta get the carved one. You can't get the China one. The China one sucks ass.
Guess what? The best ones on the fucking planet were made in China. Like that's what's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and then as you type that on your made in China iPhone.
Well, why do you think
with your shoes that were made in South Korea? Yeah. Okay, so we don't believe in globalization at all, but globalization, right? Give me a break, dude.
But what I'm saying is, people think that the carved ones are better than the ones that you had carved in China. What's the, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
people will pay if you can.
Right, well,
and how can you tell the difference? How about that?
Yeah, well, I can tell the difference because I'm the guy that makes them. I know every single, it's crazy, man. You know how many times, I've literally just have a dude come up with a lure. He's all, dude, I got this custom way back at this show, and I remember this. I remember painting that exact lure.
Shit. You don't number them, do you?
No. I have in the past, but I'm just, I don't know. It's pretentious to me, dude. Give me a break. Yeah, and then I even get embarrassed. Guys, I've had guys, dude, you need to sign the package and then sign the lure.
But what's bad about that? There's
here's the irony of it is I'm the douchebag that showed up to a show because Ken Huddleston was there, and I bring my Castaic baby smallmouth, and I had him autograph the bait and the damn package too. So, I guess it's a hypocrisy at the same time, right? Because
I thought about it. Butch gave me a tuned bait when he was on the podcast, and I'm like, I'm never throwing this. And I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. And I fucking threw it, and I almost lost it, and I almost fucking lost my mind. I was like, oh, fuck, why did I do that?
Yeah, that'll make you clench your butt cheeks.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's people, you did something different. Whenever someone does something different, either Butch, whoever it might be, Swimbait Underground, someone that built a rod.
Butch is just Butch, bro.
Rego, everyone, all these guys have done something different. So it's like Mickey Ellis. Everyone loves Mickey because he makes so many different baits. It's you.
Yeah, Mickey can make baits really well. He just needs to learn how to make friends.
You know what I'm saying? So when people come to you and go, hey, can you sign this? Numbering to me is cool because hey, this was a one of 500 of this batch or something. Who knows? But so you took the punker after the shell cracker did so well. You had that produced. How did that go?
okay, so that's where you gain some self-awareness, because you think you're just like this, regional phenomenon. Like, think you have a small following, and all of a sudden, like, Anglers Marine calls you. You want to come to Bassathon?
And you're like, hard, right?
And we're like, yeah, we'll consider that. Well, fuck yeah, we're coming. And so then you just go kill yourself for a fucking weekend trying to sell baits that are already going to sell themselves and doing all the work for them, making them all the fucking money. And then you got to go pay for your hotel. You got to pay for all your food, your gas, your travel. And then you break even and you feel happy because you were popular for the weekend and you worked your ass off. Yeah. Hope you're listening, John. Rick, Kyle. But that's the reality of it. But we went there, we had a great time, and dude, that's when we really dropped the punker and just fucking blew the shit out of it. Like, we couldn't even believe it. And there were guys that were like, we showed up, we thought we were nobody. And I remember walking through the front and there's a line of guys and they're all black dog. and I looked, I'm like,
what the fuck are they talking about?
I'm like, I'm not even from here, man. Like, but it was really cool to see the response. And then like when they opened the doors, like all of a sudden, like, so there's all these tables and then all these other dealers
like that when people are running over each other to get to somewhere.
Fuck. Dude, we got just mobbed like 2 years in a row. It was like 06 and 07, I think, or 07 and 08. But like, it was like that for Triple Trout before, like the year before us, and Scotty just wrecked it. And then Rego would show up, and that's back in the day. Mickey would show up, but like I said, it's so. You don't end up making any money. You just break even to go have
Because how did that work? Like when you would go to as a vendor. I want a beer, bro, not a water.
Yeah, that.
Can I get another beer, please, Danny?
That's not gonna oil your jawbone.
Thank you, sir.
I'll leave it on there so people know.
No, because if my wife comes, I'll throw it away. How many beers do you have? Just my coffee.
Yeah. It's Irish coffee.
Hey, it's not like she doesn't know I'm drunk or not. Like,
yeah.
She can pretty much.
I'm sorry. Here, give me your cans.
Thank you, sir.
Your cans. Do you want anything else? Toilet paper?
No, I'm good. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. All right.
Can I get some jigs?
They're right there. They're on the shelf.
Right behind you. So you go to Bassathon. Something that I my uncle was a bass backwards. His whole life, he's 70. So he told me all about Bassathon when he was younger. He'd go.
Oh, that was like the whole thing, man, back in the day.
Yeah.
But
I talked to Kyle when he came on about it, and I think it's just still too much right now, especially with COVID. Can't do shit. But how would it work? You would go pay for a booth when you go to Bassathon?
Well, that's the problem, man. Like, they mark your shit up. They mark your shit up good. I mean, at this point, I'll just sell on my website. And I'll stay home. Right?
Yeah.
And then you get the markup. But no, it was just like, here, let me do all these things for you. Let me do all the work for you. And then and you get money. And then, I might make
But it's almost like Fred Hall, right? I mean, I might
make $100.
But it's like Fred Hall. Like you could buy a booth at Fred Hall and you got to pay $2,000.
Yeah, but you're making all the markup.
Did you have to pay for a booth?
Yeah, they'd try and hit you up for like $50 a booth.
And then they would mark your bait. You'd take your. Oh shit! I didn't.
And you're the one selling your own bait. So
that's like a killer deal. I need to do that shit.
Yeah, hurry up, make some shit, man. You can go sell it over there and pay them.
So that's when you knew the punker hit, when you took it down. Now the punkers you were selling down there, were those the ones you had manufactured?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I brought a bunch of customs that I custom painted.
Like the Jedi mind trick.
No, not quite. We weren't there yet into the Jedi mind trick.
I cut you off. I cut off Bobby Martinez, so I'm gonna have you talk about it for that one person that said
Bobby
I cut off
Martinez actually inspired me, the bait that I brought for your whatever you call it, your raffle McGillicuddy.
That's the new name of the Patreon. Raffle McGillicuddy.
So, yeah, but he was talking about the Jedi mind trick. I was like, dude, I can't believe he even mentioned that. But that's basically where it was like, back in the day, before Purcell owned Swimbait Underground, it was Combat Wombat was his name.
Okay.
What was his name? JoJo, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he did a whole thing. It looked like he had the dark side and the light side of the trout. Basically, it's like a dark trout on one side, light trout on the other side. So every time you twitch the bait, and that's like, it's not a new idea. And where I got the idea from, Bandit crankbaits, they used to have a color called Mistake. It was like pink on one side, chartreuse on the other side with bars and shit.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, and then I got this Zenith bait from Japan. And one side, it was all chartreuse with orange coach dog spots down it. The other side was a fluorescent green coach dog pattern. So every time, so it's like green, orange when you walk it. And I was like, well, what if you did that with a trout? So it's not new. It's I'm not Mr. Original on that.
But did that make a huge difference when you fished it?
Dude, guys liked it. I'll tell you what, I haven't had anybody complain about it. I've had guys where one side of the bait is chartreuse shad and the other side is rainbow trout. So it is a Jedi mind trick. And that's what it's all about. It's just, what it's all really about is being creative and just thinking differently and doing things differently than the next guy. And that's how you trick these fish. These fish are more sophisticated than you think. It's no, they're not sitting underneath a fig tree and contemplating life.
Yeah.
But guess what? They know how to survive, and they when you can fuck with their head to where all of a sudden they're so used to seeing that's the 50th MM3 Margarita Mutilator that rolled across this fucking point. Oh, look, he's putting on a Carolina rig today. Not a drop shot. Oh, he's going split shot. Dude, these fish, they just get conditioned. In the minute you can just get out of that bubble, it fucks them up, dude.
Yeah.
And they'll bite. They'll eat. They have to eat. They never stop eating. But they're not going to eat MM3 for the 50th time today.
So, as a bait maker, and I always have this question: is what's next? What can you do? There's so many glides now, so many people making baits.
Well, here's my advice to everybody: stop thinking, in the box. Step out of the box, dude. Quit with the glide baits, man. Just quit with all the bullshit. Get original. Get weird. Think. Draw. Take notes. Just, dude, take a chunk of wood and carve something different and crazy. And if it sucks, so be it. But guess what? It might not suck.
That's the kind of shit I like to do. If I didn't have time, I like carving and shit. But I think it's cool to hear from someone kind of do something different. I mean, I'm not shitting on no one, but I guess there's a way to go about shit and just kind of of course you're gonna a fish is gonna want to see something different. But I like to hear from the bait maker what their perspective might be. Is man.
Well, here's the thing, man.
If you come out with a new bait, is it different still? Yeah.
I can make baits, but why in the world would I make a glide bait right now? Really? What's the point? It's like an unsharpened pencil. There's no point. That's the thing. There's 5 zillion of them out there. Are we going to sit here and focus on that, or should I be focusing on what's important? Actual cool lures, like lures that people like.
Punker never really got replicated, right? I mean,
Well,
no one's looking for something that's like a punker. Like everyone goes, you need a punker, you need a punker, you need a punker.
Well, that's a weird double-edged sword kind of a thing, because like at first, you know, we got a patent on it, and I think that saved our butts, but like at the same time, we kind of like staked our claim, made our name. And then out of respect, I don't think anybody like messed with it. But then like when people we'd enforce the patent.
Did you really serve people with the patent?
Yeah, I'd hit them with a cease and desist
Really?
letter. Yeah.
Wow.
And
was there any big company that did it?
No. You want to know who the first one that I really enforced it on?
I hope it's a friend of yours.
This little fucker on eBay. This little son of a bitch, Andrew Hinkle. He was selling his version of a punker on eBay, and I hit him up. We hit him with a cease and desist email.
Are you serious?
And he was only like 16 years old at the time.
And do you talk to Hinkle?
Yeah, when he'll take my call, but he ain't taking my call. He's big dicking me, man.
Oh fuck, that's crazy.
But Andrew's just I've known him that long, but hey, Andrew, stop big dicking me, man.
Oh, that's a funny story, bro. That's funny.
I need some more lures to paint, man. Come on,
Hook him way up.
I want some of those new ones with the flexible joints.
Oh shit, that's fucking funny. But I mean, you've had to use it then,
huh?
You've had to use that patent on like. Has there been any bigger companies where you're like,
dude,
this is too much?
So one year we had a meeting with some big dogs trying to just license it. Like, you guys got the distribution, so it was Strike King. And you know, we talked to the big boys, and they're some cool dudes, man. They're just straight shooting Southern boys, but they're still full of crap too. That's what sucks. You know, so they just never went anywhere with it, and they just never followed up, and all right, whatever. So now we'll just call it the KVD Big Sexy Dog or whatever. But like, and is that a knockoff? No, it's not. Did I inspire that though? Possibly.
Yeah, right.
Possibly. And so now there's a bunch of guys making, you know, there's a bunch of like underground dudes that are making their own version of whatever. I mean, shit. I mean, I think Caesar's even got one. It's a Sea Walker, right? Mm-hmm. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that like I actually inspired that though.
So punker, but you know what's cool is you made a type of bait. How about that? Mm-hmm. So like it's like making a crankbait. Everyone and their mom could make one. You made.
Why don't they call it a spook though? Because it's not a spook. It's a punker.
Yeah.
Because it's a punker.
It's just so much bigger and wider. And,
it's a punker.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy that you piece of the fishing history. You have like a. You know, like a mark in there, like you made a bait that really made a big.
Oh no, I'm completely humbled and honored. Like, you know, and don't get me wrong, man, my spook box is fat, dude. I love the spook, and there are days that I ain't throwing no punker because I know I gotta throw the. And there are days where I've had to kick my own ass with the spook.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just a topwater idiot, and that's all there is to it. You know, like I just love the topwater. I'm the guy that will catch a spook fish in January.
Why is it so hard to get a hold of your baits now?
Because I'm one guy.
Are you not you're not mass producing anymore then?
No, I'm working on that, but I'm not gonna put anything out that ain't correct.
Did that happen?
Oh, dude, like I've gotten batches of baits where I'm like, I'm not even gonna sell them.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then I've taken them to where, man.
Could you fix
them?
them?
I just got to repaint them.
Really?
Yeah. But then you just, Well, okay, now it's kosher. Now I'm confident. You know, I'm not going to sell it unless I'm confident in people being happy with it, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I've got to be happy with it. Like, I've got to be able to put that in my box, you know? And that's the thing. You know what's crazy is, like, there's customers that have more of my baits than I have of my own baits. Dude, I know guys that have got, like, shit,
And the
man.
resale on your bait is kind of wild, right? I mean, you can see how shit gets flipped. And you're like, you ever look and go, what the fuck?
Well, that's why I don't do drops. I don't do any hype. Dude, you know what? When I have shit to sell, I'll put it up there. And if you want to buy it, cool. If you don't buy it.
But you're not
Like-
going to do a drop. You're just going to
No, I'm not going to
say,
sit
hey,
here.
it's up,
No,
and you're not going to promote it. You're just going to
no.
go.
Here's the thing. If a bait gets bit, it gets bought. And guess what? You know, I'll throw them up. And if you want to get bit, buy one, man. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
And if you don't want, like, I'm not going to sit here. It's a soft sell, man. Like, and I'm not going to do any of this hype or this social media garbage. It just is what it is. You know, it's
You're very quiet on social media as well.
yeah. Well, I'm not sitting here trying to toot my own horn, man.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. If you like them and you want one, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Just go fish. Go catch them. Seriously. I'd just rather be positive, and I don't want to get into, like, all the dirty crap that, like, dude, like, I haven't been on Facebook in like 3 years, dude. I just abandoned it.
We
dude.
could tell you don't like social media because Facebook's kind of for the old guys.
No,
No, I'm just fucking with you.
dude, Facebook sucks, dude. Like, the only thing I'll do is like Instagram, and
Yeah.
that's that. You know?
Did you have a time where like elite dudes and like, you know, tournament guys were kind of going, yo, let me get some bait? Because that shit was really working.
No, believe it or not, like at Bassathon, you had like Skeet Reese, Ish Monroe,
Yeah.
and they didn't say shit, man.
Really?
They rolled up, they put their money where their mouth was, dude, and they bought them.
Really? That's
That
you know
was-
you know how cool that is though, like to have a legit tournament angler go, I'll buy one. I'm cool. I'll buy some. You know?
Dude,
Like, fuck,
dude
man.
they didn't buy one.
I'll buy a lot.
Buy like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And funny enough,
Do you ever go like, personally, I'd be like, take them. No?
no, well,
Do you, know, what I'm saying? Like,
well,
I'm very,
guess what,
like,
Nick? Why don't you just come on over, you know, and you can
Come and
lay it.
fuck my wife.
No, you. Well, I don't have a wife. I don't know where that one came from, but why don't you just come over to my house? I have all these pavers, and you can pave my backyard for me, right?
You know what I'm saying? though,
because
like,
that would require work, and you want to get paid for your work.
but as a promotional piece, don't you feel like that would
This is a business, not a charity.
look at you? You're good. You're on fire. Phew. I like it. I like the answers. They're great. You know, like, no, I'm just trying to be devil's advocate going like, hey, you know,
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of guys
you
will go-
advocate it up.
Yeah. So like, you know, you might give it away because it might be great for promotion. Hey, I'll work with this guy. He'll promote me. You know, like, I don't know.
yeah, because Skeet Reese is gonna just blow your shit up, right?
You never know. I'm just trying to throw shit out there.
Man, you know what? I've made Skeet Reese a lot of money.
So you had tournament guys. No one's ever really messaged you and said, "Hey, man," you know. Tournament guys. I mean,
Yeah, we've had you get a bunch of that crap. Will you sponsor me? Okay,
I'm sure you get a lot of them.
run, Forrest, run. Yeah, like I can afford that. Like, yeah. Here, let me just buy you a boat and wrap it. But back in the day, we had one guy, like, we gave him a few bucks to go fish the opens, Preston Henson. Dude, he's a hell of a fisherman. He's living in, I think, Tennessee now. But, like, he had the Black Dog boat on the Bassmaster Opens, dude.
That's
And it had a
awesome,
fucking
dude.
shell cracker and a punker on it. Dude, it looked hella cool, man. And then me and him, we won some good money in the frog tournaments up here when he lived out here. But, you know, he's moved to Tennessee in the last, like, year or two. But
Kind of do his own deal now.
yeah, well, I can't afford to wrap his boat.
I got to piss. Let's take a little break. You want to take a smoke break?
No, I'm going to take a piss and a smoke.
All right, we had to take a pee-pee break. Here's a question for you. So Gilbert kind of touched on it a little bit.
I took a big dick break.
Pricing for swim baits. I mean, there's no since it's a lot of garage builders, they vary. Everyone does something a little different. What's your whole outtake on
Name your price.
That's it.
I mean, what's your work worth? Do your work. Do your best work. Charge for it. And don't be afraid. And dude, and if you don't pay, you don't play.
Yeah.
That should pretty much be the way it is.
And the only reason I ask this is because I think swim bait fishing is its own little genre. So it's kind of like...
Well, it's not a little genre anymore.
But you know it's hard. And one thing I did ask, I said Purcell, I'm like, do you consider the punker a swim bait fish? Kind of like, it's kind of its own
I mean,
genre.
that's a hard one. Like, is it a swim bait? Because, you're not throwing it out there and swimming it in. You're jerking it in.
Because the only other thing that I use, dock rat.
I would just call it just a big topwater. But I mean, but it's a big bait. It's a trophy. You're going for larger than average fish with it. So it's part of the trophy hunt kind of a thing. So, but you can't pull you can't really call it a swim bait. It's a big bait, but it's not. Under proper terms, is it a swim bait? No. It's a big fucking topwater.
Right.
I mean, it's just kind of call it what it is, dude. A spade's a spade. It's a big topwater. Are swim bait guys going to like a big topwater? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And it's funny to me you say that because every time you talk to a swim bait guy, they usually go, I'll go fish the frog. Something like that. They I think it's just more
because frogs catch big fish.
Yes. So
so you mean you like to catch big fish?
Yeah.
Oh, well. What a surprise.
But I mean the top water thing they catch big fish too as well. Punker, dock rat, all that.
Whopper plopper.
Whopper plopper, that's one of my favorite.
The cheapest, baddest fucking topwater you could buy these days.
You like whopper ploppers?
Well, heck yeah. Are you kidding?
I love the whopper plopper, dude.
Oh, dude. With that thing first...
Oh, shit. Oh! My water. Fuck.
Oh, okay. You just...
I fucked the podcast.
Nice. Yep. Yeah, just... At least it didn't fall on the board.
At least it wasn't a beer.
Yeah. You don't want to abuse alcohol.
No. You're a whopper plopper guy. You'll throw that then.
Oh, heck yeah, man. When that thing first came out, dude, I mean, I think I was one of the first guys on the Delta with it.
Really?
And dude, you knew, there's those things with good lures, you typically buy them, and on your first trip, you like them. If you haven't noticed, where you're like, oh, this works. And it was just that's one of those lures. It'll never stop working. It's one of those great baits. And guys say the same thing about the punker. And I believe the same thing because, I still go out and I'm still throwing it. But there are days where they want that plopper. They want the damn plopper.
That's a great point of view as well because, here's a question. For music for me, I can't listen to shitty recording. I played in bands my whole life. I used to record bands, do everything. I might hear a great band and I hear the piece of shit recording. I can't listen to it.
So you're mad at the recording engineer.
Yeah, I can't. I can't fucking. No, I just can't listen to it. It sounds like dog shit.
Yeah, you did shit work, Mr. Engineer.
Does that make?
I can't appreciate this music for what it really is, but because of you, engineer.
Yep. 100%. Because I was an engineer. Now I'm fucked because I have permanent ringing in my ears, so I can't mix. But do you do the same thing with baits, where you go, fuck, man, if you only did this, and this would fucking work so good?
Okay, yeah. Numerous times I've seen that on baits and stuff like that, but like it would be awesome if some of these larger companies would actually want to consult with a guy that all he does is eats, sleeps, and breathes fishing and lures. Like, but instead they're gonna give money to Mr. Big Dick Jones and we're gonna wrap your boat. And you're gonna, well, you know, it was a tough day today, but we caught him on the big dick lures and big dick lures and big dick lures, and that's like, yeah, this new big dick lure was developed by professional angler Big Dick, and you're like, wait a fucking minute, this is not even like. This is bullshit. Like, you're like, wait a minute. So, yeah, Big Dick Lures is coming out with a new sweet beaver type of lure. And they try and say, like, oh, it's a beaver style bait. Why is it a beaver style bait? Because Reaction Innovations made a sweet beaver. And it kicked the shit out of them. Mm-hmm. So, back in the day, I fished a Pro-Am on Clear Lake. And guess who I got to meet after the tournament?
Tell us.
Andre Moore.
And tell us about that experience.
He's all, I spent all day trying to catch a 10-pound fucking bedfish behind this fucking tree. And then I'm talking to him. I'm like, he's all, yeah, I make fucking baits and shit. And I'm like, oh, dude, I love, like, dude, here, check out my custom paint jobs. And this is before I was, like, really making a punk or crack or anything. This is, like, 2001. And then he's all, yeah, I'm working on this fucking crawdad lure. And I'm like, what? He's all, yeah, but I made a check. I'm going to go get a massage after this.
What the fuck are you doing?
And I'm like, this guy is fucking nuts. I love this guy. And then he of course he takes these Magnum wiggle warts that I custom painted in crawdad color. And I would, dude, do you know how much you would get for those Magnum wiggle warts right now? These were, oh, dude. Anyhow, he's all, I'm working on this fucking crawdad lure. He takes it to Lake Sonoma.
Is this where's Sonoma at?
It's kind of like up towards, it's north from here.
Okay.
Like going towards like Napa.
Okay.
I would say. Anyhow, he's all, yeah, I took it to Lake Sonoma first fucking time.
I love that you do the voice.
Well, no, it's just classic Andre Moore. I mean, and he's all, yeah, I got a 9 and a fucking 12 at the first trip out. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, I gotta see this crawdad bait. And that was the sweet beaver. But that's the reason that it's called a beaver style bait. Mm-hmm. That's the reason that there's a Senko style bait. That's the reason that there are giant topwater. Like, why did Mega Bass make it Mega Dog? Shout out to Matt Magnon.
He's a great guy.
And Kenichi Aida. Love you both.
Yeah. Matt's a funny dude.
Oh, dude.
He's hilarious, dude.
No, he's a great fisherman, though.
Yeah.
But a good dude.
Yes.
Straight up good dude. Like, good friend of mine, Aaron Capato. He's like,
there's another guy I need to get on the podcast that we haven't got on.
Dude, Aaron Capato's a big part of the story, too.
He, I remember I had the 50th event. He's buddies with my friend, Paul Aqua Assassin, and then Shahab. And they all fish together, and Aaron came to the 50th event. He has a cast and crank tree. He's taking a lot of great pictures with big fish, man. And,
that's what Aaron does.
Yeah, he's a DVL. He fucking beats it up there, man.
Well, Aaron's gonna beat it up regardless.
Yeah.
That guy, I don't even know how to explain it.
How did you meet Aaron?
He just relentlessly emailed me. to where I couldn't ignore him. And then one night it hit me because the first 10-inch punkers I made, they were just too wide. They were too big. They just didn't fucking work.
Did you get feedback from people on those?
Huh?
Like when you would do a bait like that?
No. I didn't make that many of them. And the guys that I made them for would have told me if they got them on it. And trust me, I put my time in on them too. And those things fucking suck. Dude, and they won't eat them. And they were too fat. They just didn't do. And so one night, I'm just sitting, painting away. I got this one kid working for me. Shout out to Nate Haley. And I look at him and I go, I know what to do. I don't know why. It just hit me. I got the idea. And so I go, watch this, Nate. So I get on Instagram and I DM Aaron Capado and I go, I'm going to make a new 10-inch punker and it's going to be the baddest motherfucker on the planet. And he immediately DMs me back. He's all, because he had been asking for a 10-inch punker for like ever. That's how he was blowing up my emails. And then he like dude, out of the blue, he'd send me like Edo Vision 110 straight eyes that he would find because he knew I liked them. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, what do I owe you? He's all, I just want a 10-inch punker.
He's smart, dude. He's smart as fuck.
So he just kept wearing away on me. And anyhow, I said, dude, I'm going to make this bait and it's yours, man. And he's like, oh, dude. I'm like, all right. Yeah. He's all, hurry up, get that shit done. And like, so I make the bait. And dude, I mean, I put my heart and soul. I like literally cut myself. Like, there's my blood, there's dog hair and shit, like all in that bait. Like, I've actually thought about putting a single dog hair on every bait that I make.
Dude, that would
just
be fucking awesome.
We got to keep it consistent. Well, then it's legitimate black dog. It's got black dog DNA, right? But that was just because, you know, you screw up when you're clear coating a bait and dog hair. So it happens when you got 3 black Labradors in the shop, you know, like Caesar's got it easy. He's just got the squirrel rock walking around here. That ain't 3 black labs.
No.
But, you know, anyhow, he took it out and he just whacked the living ever shit out of these fish with that thing. And I was just like, man, so, well, I had to make more. And then it got ugly, man. And that's why I won't make them right now. Because I feel horrible about it.
Why?
Because, like, what happened? Like, so Aaron would refer a guy. He wants one. So I'd make the guy one. And then these guys... So I test every single freaking bait before I send it to you. Like, dude, like, we're not going with the bunkness, dude. We're not selling bunk. We're selling funk, you know? So, anyhow, these other guys, they don't get bit the way that Aaron gets bit. Well, guess what? You're not fucking Aaron. And then they go, well, ours just doesn't swim the same as yours. Dude, Aaron ended up buying back a few of them and went and lit them up and had to send them all back to get repainted because that's how bad he fucked them up on those baits.
Dude, that's like a...
No,
it's like a time on the water kind of like thing, you know, like where you're like, dude, if you don't know how to use a fucking bait.
That's called a covetous nature. I'm not Aaron, and I want to beat Aaron, and I tried to buy Aaron, and I didn't get Aaron.
So did they message you? What happens when someone messaged you? Did you like be like...
They didn't even message me.
No?
No, they got
my
heat.
bad, bro, or, you know?
They tried to get heat with Aaron.
Oh, wow.
Well, and you can get heat with me. Like, dude, I had one homie. He fucking sent it back. I'm like, what the fuck are you throwing this thing on? Like, you're like, oh, I was throwing it on 25 mono on the Loomis swim bait rod.
What's your
Dude, you're not going to snap a 10-inch lure and fucking make it dart and fucking do what the punker's supposed to do and I'm not going to say his name. But
You're such a good boy.
and then I sent it, but I retested the bait. I sent it back to him. I'm like, dude, come on, man. And he was totally cool about it.
Do you what do you recommend as your hold on, it's a wife, sorry guys. She's like, wear your mask. I'm like, yeah.
Wear your face diaper.
What do you
I'll be back later with the ball gag.
What do you recommend for dude, I broke the seal. I got to piss again, sorry.
Oh,
Dude, this is I'm 5 in, guys. I'm 5 in.
Rookie!
5 beers in already. Shit. All right. Recommendation for throwing a punker.
Recommendation for
rod and reel and line.
Well, 65 braid.
Straight.
Yeah, I go straight. A lot of guys go shock leaders. And
What would you recommend as a shock leader if you're going to use one? Can you get the mic closer, please?
the guys that really know how to run the shock leader, they're usually running like, gosh, probably I think 100-pound mono shock leader or fluoro. But like that's I don't do any of that. So like I can't sit here and tell you from personal experience. Like me, dude, I'm running straight braid, I'm running a split ring on the nose, and I glue my knot.
Really?
Yeah, because when you walk it on the split ring, dude, you'll be walking it, and all of a sudden your shit like it goes slack. And you're like, "Where's my bait?" And then you look, it's still floating there. But the knot will work around the split ring and then through.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then
Pull out of the fucking split ring.
Yeah.
What
and then
about-
you'll reel in just nothing but a knot. Dude, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
But I've heard from people say that the hooks get caught up in the braid. Like when you're working it, you know?
Yeah, okay. So that's pretty common with like...
Do you have suggestion for that? Like a way you do it so it doesn't happen?
Yeah, you learn how to fish it right.
What is that?
Just get your cadence correct.
So you feel
You
like
know,
people
but
don't
like-
have a correct cadence when they're getting their braid caught in their hooks.
Well, exactly. They're not managing the slack in their line on the twitch. They're not... dude, it's like dribbling a basketball. It's just boing, boing, boing. So like one tip though, like... I have a Mike Andrews, Delta stud, dude, fishes with Phil Dutra. Like Mike Andrews, like Bobby D's former team partner. Mike Andrews is like super stud. Anyhow, what he would do, he would actually take super glue, run it up the braid about the first 2 feet of his line to stiffen it.
Wow, that's a fucking great...
Dude. Yeah, but yeah, that's what a G he is, you know? So like
good
that,
idea, yeah.
and so like he would put that out there. And then like, if you really want to avoid a lot of those problems, just tie direct. Don't even use the split ring. Like you got a good punker, dude. Like,
Why do you use a
got-
split ring? Just you like to walk a little better?
yeah, I just want that. I just want it more free, that swing. And it's basically there's no laws or rules with any of this. It's just, what do you feel comfortable with? What's your style? How do you fish?
Yeah.
You know, you got to accommodate your own style at the same time with the equipment, you know, like there's a lot of guys that like a lot of shit that I don't like and I'll never do. And yeah, there might be days where they kick my butt and that's
Right.
fine. But at the end of the day, man, like, you know, you just fish what works for you, you know, like there's really not a lot of wrong answers because most of these guys that are out there doing it, they do it their own way and they found their own way and you find your own way. And I
Yeah.
think that's part of the beauty of fishing is because it's like almost artistic. You can, you know, it's your canvas. You can go out there and do whatever you want, you know, There's no rules. Oh, you got to fish a jig. Right. No, got to strike king spinnerbait. Right. Give me a break. But anyhow, I mean, yeah, but I love the spinnerbait. Like, and I'll tell you right now, believe it or not, Butch Brown is probably one of the best spinnerbait fishermen on the planet.
Have you ever used one of his spinnerbaits?
No, and Butch, I would love to have one. or 20.
I heard they're the bee's knees.
Dude. He knows, but here's the thing, is here we are at Toxic Baits headquarters, and we got Delta Dude over here. But his dad is Bobby D and knows how to make, like, the
bee's knees as well, huh? A live wire.
No, fuck the live wire, right? I'm going to throw a blade. I'm not going to throw a chatterbait. But I'll put it this way. Everything that his dad has ever made, Bobby D, like, dude, his shit has won so much money out here. It's retarded. Like, I remember looking at his spinnerbaits at first and going, well, these are simplistic as fuck and probably suck. Like, and then wondering why they had such a big rack of them and half of them were sold out. And that's when you would, like, actually come out here to the Delta and, like, you'd see boats everywhere and everybody's throwing a spinnerbait. And guess what? Like,
Bobby D's.
Uh-huh. And
it's cool because
all the guys that were winning tournaments, dude,
is going to be on the round table.
No, Bobby D, like, no, I've got to hit him with some respect, man.
Yeah.
Like, and he was there back in the day with Mike Andrews. They were, like, quote unquote pro staff, they were bro staff. Like, they still throw me a few bucks for some baits.
Yeah.
I discount them and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we trade back. Like, I still have a ton of Bobby D heads. I've got blades, all that shit, man. Like, and I still fish it all. I just haven't blown through it all. But yeah, good dudes, like, in some of the tournament finishes, like, if you look them up, dude, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
Great. Mike Andrews, he had, like, a 37-pound limit in the FLW tournament. And then on day 4, he brought in 6 fish.
Fuck, man. That sucks.
I love you too, Mike. Mike's still trying to forget that. His avatar on the website forums used to be a hand with 6 fingers.
What's cool about this whole NorCal? So everyone up here, this whole month, I think next month is going to be a NorCal with some couple saltwater episodes sprinkled in from SoCal, but it's like a whole different fishery up here, especially the Delta. People don't want to fuck with the Delta
within itself, man, is something entirely different. And I don't care how many seminars you go to, and here's where you got to roast the round table. And here's my challenge to the round table.
Let's hear it.
Dude, I don't want to talk about the low tide, the high tide. Talk about the switch and talk about the windows that are actually in the generalized area 45 minutes before, 45 minutes after. All the Delta rats will talk about. They'll give you 999 pieces of the puzzle, and the one that actually matters is around the switch and timing of the tide. It's like when Jack Ball was talking about, my dad says cast over here. And I go, it's not right. He's all, you got to throw in there. It's not right. But see, that's the intuitive part that I was talking about earlier, is the kid knew. And his dad's a Delta stud too.
Yeah.
Chris Ball's no slouch, man. Anyhow, he throws in there and gets a 15-pound frogfish. Well,
that's fucking wild.
Well, Jack knew when it was right, not his dad.
But I think
sorry, Chris. Sorry.
It's cool though to hear about the tide thing. Like when I took Jack and Ronnie on my boat, we all went down. It was Caesar, Danny, on my friend T's, Jack and Ronnie on my boat.
It's the wild, wild west out here, man.
So we went down south and they're fishing. They're like, "Fuck, I'm on." They thought pound calico was like 5. I'm like, no, dude. That's how a calico bass fights. He's like, dude, this is all I'd fish if I fucking lived down there. I'm like, you have the Delta. I have calico. I love calico.
That makes a lot of sense. I've never fished for calico. I'd love to do it.
Oh, you got to come down.
Oh,
we have
dude.
enough dudes that would love to take you out, man.
Well, I'll just have to come down there. I'll visit my good buddy Mark Chuckrin.
Yeah.
And me and DJ Chuck one. We'll go tear it up.
Yeah, let's go do it. Calico fishing's fun, man, and spotted bay bass. We get in the tournaments. There's a couple of freshwater guys, Matt Kobsef and Scott Pethel that my uncle fished with. They said these dudes are hammers, and then they came on the tournament.
Well, screw that. Call it. Yeah, well, if I go down there, we might as well just do it for a few days in a row. And get a hold of Kevin Matson, man.
Oh, Matson's a whole nother story, man.
Yeah, I ain't going snake hunting with him though.
But I mean, it's cool to hear all the whole Delta thing. I think that could relate to saltwater a lot, where you work off tides. We work off tides in saltwater.
The tide
low
is
tide will
just
completely fuck you. Everyone knows that, and we'll at least down.
No,
not up
out
here.
No, low tide could be your friend out here.
See, this is where the pieces of the puzzle need to come.
No, that's some big dick shit right there. Like, dude, low tide. Hey, Caesar, Delta, dude.
They're outside drinking.
Get out here and speak on this. Preach on the low tide, because a lot of guys hate the low tide. Like, honestly, it's like my favorite because it just creates funnels and it puts fish in a barrel. Like, and at
the funnel thing, I love. I now that Bill Semental told me about funnels when he came on the podcast, it was like a whole nother thing that kind of opened up.
Yeah, Bill's an interesting character. He's got a lot of good fishing philosophy, and he's got a record to prove it, even though he used to fish with Mike Hart.
That fucking story is crazy.
No,
My uncle told me about that. Billy Egan dropped the whole story.
On
his podcast, he talked about it.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing, is with Mike Hart, it's like, he fucked up. Should his whole life be completely fucking obliterated because of a...
No, we just don't want to fish tournaments with you.
No problem.
Yeah.
But he lost everything, right?
Dude.
Now, that's the same thing with Mike Long. Okay, Mike Long. Hold on. He fucked up, right? Really bad. Fucking horrible.
But the problem is like, he was still a heck of a good fisherman. But he was just a jerk-off, egomaniacal, sociopathic douche fucking bag, dude.
Okay.
Like, and see, like, I heard all those rumors for years from everybody. And you know what? Mike was never a dick to me. And then you talk to enough people where, like, dude, Mike flat out gets them. I think he just got desperate, man, trying to stay relevant. And I still think, like, Butch alluded to it back in the day quite a bit. He never called out Mike Long personally, but he would talk about, like, oh, it's springtime, the snaggers are back out.
Oh, fuck.
He's all, yeah, they're out there catching all these big swimbait fish on the snag rig.
But what about bait hanging? How many people think hang baits in fucking mouths right now?
Oh, dude.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
no. Why don't you just watch an episode of MLF or just Bassmaster right now? Like, how fast do they take the bait out of the fish's mouth and throw that thing over the side of the boat? Because they're all lying. Because they're all lying. All of them. Yeah, I caught that on the Rapala Smithwick Pradco Strike King Berkeley buttfucker crawl.
The buttfucker crawl. That's another.
How's that for a drop, dog? Like, dude, but that's the whole fucking thing. Like, Hank Cherry wins the classic blatantly on a Megabass Edo Vision, and, well, no, that was a Livingston Lures cherry picker. He's not even sponsored by him anymore, and then dude, if that guy was smart, he would have said, yeah, I fucking dude, I've built my career on the Mega Bass, and man, yeah, I just won the classic on the Mega Bass. Hey, Mega Bass, I want to French kiss your butthole. And guess what? Mega Bass would have French kissed your butthole, Hank.
That's another wild part too. Is like I feel like I would never hang a bait. You know, like that's bad too.
Oh,
To
no.
me,
We got to unhook that thing as fast as we can and throw that over at the fucking side because Berkeley Rebel VMC. Striking. Well, I spent all this time doing my tournament prep tonight, and I was, well, you know what the asshole was doing? He was putting all his fucking Senkos into Strike King packs and Berkeley packages. That was his tournament
Are you
prep.
fucking serious?
No, that's what these motherfuckers do. And if you think well, you know, it was a hard tournament prep. I had to pre-package all these Senkos into Berkeley bags.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's bad.
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a little brutally honest. I'm probably going to get my ass sued after all this.
No.
They're going to be like, that's defamation of character.
Don't worry, no one listens to this podcast, so it doesn't matter.
That's not what our tournament fishermen do. They would never do that.
Fuck, dude.
You got a Yamaha with a mercury cowling on it.
Oh, God, dude. Hey, that's probably happened too. Fuck, man.
No, that's not an Evinrude. That's mercury.
Dude, I'm sure some wild shit like that happens, dude. Like, can't get it switched out in time or whatever the fuck's going on, you know? Like,
you think some shit like that might happen? Oh, well.
you've seen it.
Yeah, there might be.
Okay, here's a good question for you.
Wait, hold on. I've got a question for you.
Oh, God.
Why are you here when D. Thomas lives right down the fucking street? And why is D. Thomas not here?
I don't know anyone.
You don't know D. Thomas?
No.
These dickheads do.
I'm sure they do.
Do you know who D. Thomas is?
No, I don't.
Have you ever heard of a flipping deck on a boat?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever heard of a flipping stick?
Yes, I have.
That's D. Thomas.
That's D. Thomas. Look at me. He's calling me out in front of everyone right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he lives right down the street.
Well, apparently
He used to work
these guys
he
don't
used to
fucking
work-
like me that much. To
Right. Yeah, you fuckers. What's the matter with you?
You know how much clipping? You know what clipping is? Clipping is when your microphone goes too loud. It's on the VU meter, and it makes it go red.
Oh, nice.
I've never had this much clipping in an episode ever.
Well, fucking A. That's because you've never interviewed me.
No, apparently not. Here's a question for you.
Okay.
I know you stay relevant, so I've asked.
Let's stay
people,
relevant.
Well, no.
What do you want to talk about?
Top three.
Stetson Blaylock?
Top 3 new bait makers that you really like.
Top 3 new bait makers.
Because
that
I know
really
the old
like.
one's going to be like Hud, Rego, someone else. I want to know new people that are being innovative.
New guys. Number one, absolutely, Sly Guy. Dude, Clayton Sly. Dude, man, I've gotten just cart jacked. And see, I'm tech stupid. I remember you talking to Purcell about the cart jack thing. And how to, like, you know, you got to get your cart set up and all that and yada, yada, yada. Well, I'm too redneck stupid for any of that. but like, dude, Clayton's work is just like, and I've watched his progression over the last few years. Like, and every time he does a new batch of baits, like, unbelievable, dude. Like, and then after seeing Caesar's operation here, like, Caesar's going for it, man. Like, I wish I could even go for it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, but, like, he's going for it. And, like, I've got to respect that hustle. I respect the work ethic and the hustle. You know? And so, number 3, like, Josh St. John. But, I mean, like, he's old school, man. Like,
Josh is, like, a whole different...
Yeah, so, I mean, but he's still doing, like, rad shit. Like, dude, the Elude guy from New York, he does like killer nice baits. Like my buddy, Will So Chill, shout out Will. No, he got his personal best this year on one of his wood rats, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, so like, and then you got UFO and 86 baits, dude. Like, dude, there's so many, like, it's awesome to sit back.
You know what's even cooler is that everybody's selling.
Well,
it's not like,
dude,
it's not like, hey, only this bait company's selling.
No,
everybody's fucking selling.
Nobody is hungry.
That's the cool part.
And then the diversity of the baits, like, but you can see a lot of them. Like, you could see how some of the shit's inspired by this or that, blah, blah, blah. But, like, dude, the diversity of the baits and then the quality of the baits, like, dude, it's pretty mind-blowing to see how many are selling on the scale that they're selling. But everybody is eating, like nobody's having a problem selling this crap.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's not crap. It's just people like it, you know, and especially with COVID, like you might as well go fishing because you can't really do shit else, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't even go get a haircut. That's bullshit. But, you know, I you know, years ago, I did a Bass West article, and I talked about, like, I said, I see a foreshadow of, like, a renaissance of bait makers that are going to pop up. And they have, man. I mean, they're from all over. Like, I've watched Mike Bucca develop the bullshad thing where, like, believe it or not, in his beginning stages, he was infringing on some of my crap, and we had to straighten him out on that, but... but you know, Mike's always been a good guy, super cool, and I remember, dude, he even took an X-ray of a freaking triple trout, and posted it on calfishing.com.
Why?
He's trying to figure out how that damn thing works.
An X-ray.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it taught me a lot.
Everybody, yeah.
All of a sudden, I can make a lipless bait a lot easier. I said, well, okay. Well, okay. You figured it out.
Thank you.
But I mean, I would have never thought, here, I'll just put it on, I'll just slide this under the X-ray. But man, he's done good for himself, dude. That bullshit works, and it gets him, dude. And fuck, I mean, dude, those first ones that he had, oh my gosh, it was like the bait looked like a sponge because the resin was just like so bubbly, and then
learning.
Then I remember he sent me a bunch like back in the day, and I custom painted them for him and did this like crazy raffle like on Swimbait Nation. Yeah, and Swimbait Nation is like, that's so old school. Like, even the Swimbait Underground guys don't even understand what Swimbait Nation was about. But, like, and that's what Swimbait Underground got spawned from, was actually from Swimbait Nation. Yeah, so it was like the guys that rebelled against Swimbait Nation were going to do Swimbait Underground. And then it was all about 316 lures. and it's 316.
That was the main thing in the beginning of Swimbait Underground?
Yes, it's got to be 316.
Is that what everyone threw then?
316. We just got done spending all night on a golf course, and we got a 4-pounder on a baby wake. Check that shit out. How's that taste?
Let's talk about the baits you bring. He's going to support the podcast with a Patreon. And he bring 2 things. So let's bring those out.
Well, as a matter of fact,
the first one. Talk about it.
This is basically a custom run. This is the very first Swimbait City juvenile trout color prototype custom. I'm not sure if it's signed or numbered. Oh, it's got the clover leaf on the tail.
There you go.
Yeah, check that out, man.
Dude. Thank you.
And then, yeah.
Check this.
So
one out
so
as
that
well.
that dude, that's the first one. That's the first one.
People are gonna lose their shit for this, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't even got a label. That's how unofficial it is,
Yeah.
and it's handwritten on it. So then I painted you up a punker.
Look at this, guys.
So basically, one side is like the fire trout color, where it's like a more crimson red. But then you walk it, and you got the more pale, subtle,
Look at that.
lighter pearlescent trout. So you guys hit this guy up on Patreon and subscribe. Send him like 5 zillion bitcoins. Don't even give him dollars. Give him,
Bitcoins for now.
yeah, give him some Bitcoin. Maybe we should start our own fishing currency. We'll call it Bass Coin.
Big dick coins.
It's a big dick coin. Oh shit. Well, man, you and the big dick, man. I'm surprised you only got a forklift or a pallet jack around here just so you can go take a leak.
Hey,
A lot of big dick energy here, man.
I want to say thank you again
Oh,
for
and
coming on.
here's the thing. When that one gal called in, I want her phone number. She was talking about the big dick
Delilah Seeker,
energy. Yeah, was it Delilah?
Delilah.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
You could tell
Delilah.
I'm
We
a
got one for you.
You could tell I'm a regular listener. Hi, Delilah.
Hey, thank you again, Jeremy.
got some energy here.
Thank you again for coming on, bro. I really appreciate
Oh,
it.
dude, thank you
This
for
has been a
having me.
blast.
This is badass, dude. Like, if you want to go another 5 hours, we're good.
I'm sure
But,
again we got to get ready for John,
But
though.
well, no, Josh is going to be here at 2:30, so that means
Did he
we
say
got another
2:30?
hour and a half. You dick,
Oh, gosh darn. Why are you yelling
dude.
at me?
Dude, I'll square off
You're
with
ready
you,
to
dude.
go? You tell me what you want to talk about.
I'm gonna show you how to do radio.
Look at this guy. He's on fire right now. I feel like I'm an Opie and Anthony.
Oh, nay. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not going that route, man. That didn't work out too well.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Thanks again, dude. I appreciate you coming
Oh,
on.
you bet. Thanks
All
for
right.
having me,
Yeah,
man.
for sure,
My
dude.
pleasure, dude.
It's been
And
a
then,
fun time. And thank you for donating to the podcast. I really appreciate that.
oh, absolutely. You
Yeah.
need anything else, dude? You let me know.
All right.
I'll hook it up.
What's
I'll hook you up with some baits. You hook me up with a
shout
calico
out
trip.
to homeboy?
Oh, and shout out to Big Max. Max, get over here and say hi on the mic.
Say hi
Come
on
on.
Mike Max.
How's it going?
Hi guys.
Yeah, thanks, Max. Well, he's going to be cleaning up dog poop and sweeping up dog fur
There
and,
you go.
and primering baits. But he's probably, I'm sure he's ready to go meet Caesar and walk around and,
Yep,
and
he
just
wants
be
to
like,
go hang
let
out."
me look at this glorious operation
Yeah.
because it's badass, dude.
So and then
But I'm going to do the same too.
Yep. We're gonna hang out. Thanks guys for listening. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.
Bye.